What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chip back at you from RBA Vapes, and today we got a good one for you. This is the Lost Vape Orion, the first pod mod with a DNA chip in it. So today, guys, we're talking about the Orion from our friends at Lost Vape, and this one is a DNA Go device. So open it up. You see they've got some new packaging they're working with, a nice manual and device kit. Now, right off the bat, I don't know if you noticed, but there's something missing here. There's nothing underneath the tray or anything like that. They actually sell these devices without the pods that you need to run them, which is not very cool in my opinion, but that's a whole nother story. So if you're gonna buy one of these guys, especially online, make sure you order a pack of pods with it. They have a 0.25 and a 0.5 pod, and both of them work great. But they do give you a lanyard with a little rubber holder for your device and the charge cable. And the pods, as you can see here, just clip in like so, just like that. Now you've got your drip tip here with your adjustable airflow. It's a little hard to get to, but it spins fairly easily. It's right there. There's your fill port right here, and then you've got your fire button on the side here. Now this guy is like this guy down here is like your mode button. So to switch between the different modes, you're going to use this button right here. Now if you're looking at it closely, like a lot of people did in the beginning, you don't happen to see the charge port, but it's actually right down here on the bottom. You've got a little groove, and the metal flap just flaps up like that, and then you've got your micro USB charging port right there. So this is your, when you put the pod in, the drip tip goes opposite where the button is, and some people have had problems pushing it in there, so you got to pull that down, and that's your release for your pod. These things are designed with such small tolerance variations that some of them, the pods don't clip in without pulling this button down. So you pull it down like that, and then the pod comes right out. But if you're having problems putting your pod in, just pull this little guy down, and then the pod will seat properly, just like that. Now that you got a good up close look at it, we're going to pull back and talk about this little guy some. Obviously, we really want to talk about the device performance. So the DNA Go is the chipset that's in here, and basically it's a kind of updated DNA 40. You can do up to 50 watts with the firmware update, and it does have the replay feature, so it's definitely got some new technology going on. The specs on it, parameter wise, are tip to tail 93 millimeters. You got 37 millimeters across the face, and then 13.5 this way. So you can see it's a little bitty guy. It fits in the palm nicely. I can kind of cup it like that and not see anything sticking out. But it's got a nice feel to it. It's completely made out of stainless steel, 950 milliamp hour battery, and the fit and finish, as with all Lost Vape products, is phenomenal. You know, we talked about the DNA Go having the replay feature. We talked about the variable wattage control. You can adjust it with the 3-click or with the high, medium, low parameters. So you see this button right here, that's your mode, and then this is your fire, and this right here is your switch to unlock the pod. So if you want to change the power, you just tap that button and then tap it again, and you see the different colors indicate different power levels. So red's high, low, medium for the blue. It also has a boost mode you can set up in e-scribe where it overvolts the device so you get a quicker ramp up. I've used it on other DNA chips and it works really well. Now, the replay function itself is technically a temperature control function, so all of the coils that are made for this guy are stainless steel. So it will prevent the dry hits just like any other temp control will. Now they say these pods are extendable lifespan, and basically I think what they're referring to is the design of it and the chip technology working together are going to get you more fills per pod. And the pods are kind of cool. Like I said, you pull this little thing down here and then it kind of pops out like that. To put it back in, a lot of them you have to actually unlatch it right there because the tolerances are so low that you have to release that latch in order to get it to clip in. Got right there, you can see at the bottom of the drip tip the adjustable airflow right now. Now the one downside about this guy is it actually doesn't come with any pods. So if you're buying the device itself, you definitely want to make sure you pick up a pack of pods. You can get a 0.25 or a 0.5 pods, but it doesn't come with them for whatever reason. Now you can see the coil kind of right in there, if you will. And the wicking comes across here and goes into the chamber where you fill it up at. But it's an interesting design. It makes it so that you're not going to have any leakage or spit back or anything like that. And it's got like a micro chamber right there, so it's kind of like a mini RDA in a way. Now the replay function itself, basically you hit it, find your ideal hit, and then you're going to hold this button right here. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Flashes green, so that hit is now saved in here, and it's going to replay that same hit every time I hit the fire button. The other cool thing about this guy is it's the battery indicator. So you just tap it twice, and whatever color that is indicates how fully charged the battery is. It's got a 1 amp charge on it, or a 1 amp input charger, and it's down here in the bottom corner. So it's kind of sneakily hidden in there, and it's got this corner, and you charge it right through there. And when you put this little cover back in, you want to put in and then push down, and it kind of hides it away just like that. It's very well designed. That's all the gadgets and gadgets and goodies and whatnot with this guy. Let's talk about overall performance. Obviously, being a Lost Vape product, the fit and finish are phenomenal. I mean, this thing has almost a watch face type quality to it. And this one is the stainless steel with the shell, so you can see it's got that nice iridescent shell finish to it, like a PUA. And it's smooth as glass. You know, the carbon fiber versions have that textured carbon fiber to them, so it's a little bit grippier than this particular one. But they're all phenomenally finished, and you're not going to find much better quality in the vape industry than what Lost Vape has for you. It charges up completely in 45 minutes with that 1 amp charge, so it's a little bit slower than some of them, but that's going to help extend the overall battery life, so I'm not really that mad at that. The 2 mil juice capacity, the 0.5 and 2.5 pods. Now the pods I want to talk about for a second, because most pod mods are designed for nic salts. This one, in my personal opinion, is not, because they're both sub-ohm pods. So with this particular device, I would not recommend using salt nicotine. I would recommend using a 6 or a 12, bumping up one level from whatever your standard nicotine level is, because this thing puts out a good amount of vapor. That's with a 0.5 pod. If you get the 0.25 pods, it's going to put out even more than that. So it puts out a substantial amount of vapor. The 0.5 is what they call their mouth to lung. The 0.25 is their direct lung pod. But neither one of them does it say anywhere that they're designed for salt nicotine. So keep that in mind. Running salt nicotine in sub-ohm tanks is where you run into risk of producing toxic aerosol alkalines mixed in with your vape. So please don't use this with salt. That being said, everything else about this guy I absolutely love. You know, this is probably one of the favorite products that we've reviewed here at RVA Vapes, and Overall, I think flavor-wise, I've had some people tell me that a couple of reviewers knocked it on flavor. I think the flavor on this thing's phenomenal. All in all, I have to give this thing 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up. Lost Vape makes a hell of a product. Price point's a little steep in my opinion, but with the DNA chip in there, that's to be expected. It works flawlessly. The flavor on it is amazing. The form factor is great. The fit and finish is great. There's really not much of anything I can knock with this guy, except I wish they had a 1 ohm pod option so that you could run salt nicotine with this if you wanted to. That's really the only gripe I have, because most pods are designed for salt nicotine. They kind of went another direction with this one, but other than that, not a big deal. You know, just keep that in mind. And honestly, it's going to save you money with the juice anyway, because salt nicotine's a little bit more expensive than regular sub-ohm vape is. So maybe they're thinking ahead of the curves. I don't know. So all in all, this guy is phenomenal. Now I'm going to throw up the different colors they have right here. And there's 3 different color frames. 4, sorry. Blue, black, stainless steel, and gold. Then you've got your choice of shell or carbon fiber with some of those. So all in all, it's really, really cool design that they have. Aside from that, we're going to give you the chance to pick yours up for 10% off with this coupon code right here. And if you check us out at shop.rvavapes.com, you can get 10% off your Orion from Lost Vape. Last but certainly not least, we appreciate you guys tuning in and watching us. We do these every Saturday, so there's a new one coming out every Saturday. We try to keep them as short and sweet as possible so that it's not going to take up a ton of your time, but you can get good information out of it. And make sure you tune in to Ask a Vapor this Tuesday. Normally it's the second Tuesday of the month, but we pushed it back because of the FDA announcement that came out this week. We wanted to make sure that we had a chance to research that a little bit. It's a very good educational advocacy show. It's a Q&A where you can get all your vape related questions answered, but we really try to keep everybody up to date on advocacy more than anything. So make sure you tune into that Tuesday 7:30 East Coast time on our YouTube channel live. As always, if you want to smoke, that's your business. If you don't, I'll let it up.